Hi everyone, so welcome to today's makeup date. Today will be a little bit different. I'll still do my ins and outs like I typically do. Hopefully I have everything gathered there because I didn't prepare it in advance. I usually just kind of stick it in a corner and then hope that I'll pull it out and know what I'm talking about. But I also wanted to have one special announcement first, and then also want to do kind of like not a get ready with me, but like touch up with me because I did my makeup like much earlier in the day, like I think over just about 12 hours ago. So yeah, I'm looking like I barely have any makeup on. I like touched up my lips a little earlier, but um I wanted to come on here and try a few things and do it on camera. So that's why I'm doing it with you guys. And then yeah, we'll be doing my ins and outs after that. So first of all, while I pull out some things and touch some things up. I do have a kind of unusual announcement. I had the chance to work with someone in my community. She kind of put an ask out on a local Facebook page and was like, "Hey, would anybody interested in doing voiceovers?" She's like basically self-funded. She was interested in self-funding like this whole project on her own. She's like an animator and or trying to get into animation and just had a story to tell. And so she asked if anybody wanted to do voiceover work. And I've never done any voiceover work before, but I've always been intrigued by that industry and, follow a few people here on YouTube who do it. And I'm just really fascinated, I think, by voice acting. And I was like, hey, I'll like put my name in, see what happens. And so did a little audition with her. It was like just all through email essentially and Facebook. Like sent over a few recordings and then she casted me as a role in her little animation and I got to film a few scenes. I literally just like did it in my closet because that's the only place that like I knew wouldn't have any echo. So um and then yeah, it's been fun. I like got a few like some low cost equipment, but it was nothing fancy. I don't have like a booth or you know like a legit microphone or anything like that. um but it was really really fun to try it out and just to see what it was like to be a part of it. And yeah, she came out with her first episode. It was actually earlier this year and I just haven't had a chance to talk about it, so I wanted to finally talk about it a little bit as kind of I think this will actually be one of the last makeup dates I'll film this year, so I thought it would be fun to kind of just throw in a little thing at the end here and just tell you guys that it's kind of been a side thing. It's not it hasn't taken up much time at all, and it's just something like on this like the person who's making it is doing it on her own time. I'm doing it on my own time, but it's just been something a little different. So the first episode was released, and I will link it down in the description box. Please, if you want to watch it, please let her know that I sent you. And if you like the animation, please support her in that way. I know I often don't ask for support on my own channel, but I love supporting other creators, especially people who are just so talented. And she has a lot of talent and I think a lot of potential. And I'm just really excited for where it will go for her. And yeah, it's basically, sorry, I didn't even tell you what the episode was about. It's basically a princess story of anything. I mean, I'm the mom of young toddlers and young toddler girls to be exact. And so my little girl is obsessed with princesses. So it's especially special to be casted as a princess. And I can say I'm a princess, not really. Just kidding. But it's definitely like really cool, I think, to kind of do something in that realm. And I think that the I don't exactly know where the story is going. Actually, I only like gets bits and pieces of my own script. But I think it's been really cool just to um yeah, get an opportunity to do that kind of work. So yeah, if you're interested, go ahead and give it a watch. I'll link it down in the description below. And please don't judge too harshly. It's like I said, like my first time doing anything like this, with no proper equipment, and I don't really think I am a voice actor. I think if I really wanted to pursue it, I could maybe put some more effort into it, but it was just something like definitely for fun. So yeah. I think I'm like too embarrassed almost and just gonna ramble. So let me move on to the next part of this video before I get too wrapped up in my own feelings. Okay, so the next part of the video was for my project Panoply. I had a challenge to try a new technique. Um, so I looked up a few techniques and there's actually been a few that I want to try, especially around eyeshadow. So I thought it'd be cool to do it on camera. The first technique that I wanted to try was kind of the using your fingers to apply eyeshadow. I mean, like, that's the most basic thing you can do, but like colorful eyeshadow especially. So I'm gonna pull up my Makeup Forever palette here, and I'm gonna use the shimmery shades are the most impactful, so I'll probably use mainly these four here, and then I might mix like this with this just to like lighten it a little bit. But I tried it a few times and it worked out okay, so I'm hoping it'll come out okay on camera, especially as like I'm basically just looking at my viewfinder to apply this, so good luck to me. But yeah, I think it's the one where you basically just like dab 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 and then it like looks amazing. So um I'm hoping it'll work out, especially with such dark colors. Like, I'm just afraid of like streaking it down my face. And I do have a napkin off the side, so I will grab that. Because man, this stuff can stain. It just like sticks on your finger. So that's one color down. It's the kind of the dark purplish. I think I'm gonna do the green. This one's like a green with like a purple shift to it. Super pretty. Also, do you like my background flowers? I just got that off of Buy Nothing, and I need to Christmasify it. So yeah, it's already looking crazy, but you know what? We'll keep moving. Oh, I do have a mirror in this palette, so let me actually use it, and it actually still has the sticker on it, so I'm gonna peel that on camera. Okay. All right, so now I can kind of see what I'm doing. Not looking great yet, but you know, trust the process, trust the process. I don't want to flash you guys. Let me pull this back. And then the blue here. Flip the mirror back and forth. Okay. Should have put a base down. Maybe that could have helped. Did not think about that. Okay, that blue is popping. All right, and then I'm gonna mix these two goldy colors together because I think sometimes that yellow is just a little too dark for me. All right, not looking too bad. The blue's a little patchy, so let me touch that one up. Plus, it's like the most popping color of the entire look, so might as well make it pop even more. Okay, not looking too shabby. Sorry, I'm like not showing you guys. Just like sticking the palette in front of my face. All right, so this is, I'm gonna use this on my buffer brush. I really don't have much of anything on this. I have like a little bit of powder on it, but not much. Okay. I might put a little bit more blue right on top. I mean, for a decade-old palette, like it definitely does not perform poorly at all. So I hope the colors show up on camera. Like this is so different from what I would usually do, of course. And I might smudge a little bit more of the purple. I think, I'm not sure. Should I do the purple or should I do maybe just a little bit? Let me see if I can do this without ruining the look. Actually, I might do the green. A little more of the green. Whoop, just drop the brush. Come back. A little bit more of the green too, because it's lacking right now. I feel like it's easier to do during practice. So anyways, sorry I'm like not talking. I'm like so invested into this. Okay, so let me try to buff it out just a tiny bit here. Don't over apply because man, I can go overboard really fast when I'm buffing it out. Okay, I think maybe I'm just really self-conscious because I have no mascara on or anything like that. So let me do that. And then let's reevaluate. Okay, so today I'll be using first my lash curler. But always sanitize. Like even when I'm rushing, I still sanitize. Like it's just the one step that I just don't ever want to miss. Let me use a different mirror. Okay, definitely can't talk while I'm doing this. Ugh. Okay. My lashes already had some mascara on them, so. Then I just opened up like a deluxe size tube of this Cali Ray mascara, and so much product comes out with it. It's good for dramatic looks, but day to day I'm like, oof, this is a bit much. It doesn't apply like super dramatic, like clumpy dramatic, but it is like just a lot of product on the wand. Okay, I'll go with that. Okay, I think I'll go with that. It's definitely different for me. I think that's why I'm like, what is happening? And wow, it just looks really heavy on camera all of a sudden. In person, I'm like, oh, it doesn't look too bad. But I think, yeah, on camera, it's like a little much. But you know what? We'll roll with it, and I'll just deal with it, you know? I don't think it's that bad. What do you guys think? Any you know, critique, please? Because this is not my forte, but it's obviously a very effective technique in terms of using fingers and just like dabbing it on and then kind of just buffing out the edges and then going. I think there's something to it. I think if I was more confident in doing like a winged eyeliner or something like that, that was actually something I was gonna try, but now I think I'm gonna chicken out, just because I'm not ready to risk it. I think on camera, I think especially because the one thing that I just saw was using. I don't know if I'm ready to risk it. I feel like it would just be a little bit too much. I might apply just a bit of just like tight line, just a little bit. Let's see, I really have to be doing this in the viewfinder because I need two hands. I typically do this in a bathroom mirror, so I like have all my hands to do this, but we'll see how this works. I think I'll just tight line just to bold that up. But the other technique I was thinking of doing was like the eyeliner smudge technique, where basically they like whatever I saw in the video was like they put a tiny little dot of eyeliner on their finger like that, and then they like smudged it across their eye to like create a wing essentially. But I just like haven't practiced, so I just like don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like I'm just gonna like ruin the whole look, so I'm not gonna try that this time. But it is very intriguing. It's a very intriguing technique, and I might just try it just for the fun of it. But yeah, this is the MAC eyeliner in Serial Monogamist. It's like an olive tone, which has been super pretty. And I think it's actually been, I think I saw this trend come, or at least someone talking about this, about how like olive is really great for brown eyes. And so I don't disagree. It's a great color for brown eyes. And I really do like greens a lot. So anyways, this is my dramatic look. Let me see if I need to touch up my lips at all. I really feel like it. Not really. I might just throw it back on some eyeliner. I have a very not soft paper towel in front of me. I'm gonna use my MAC Whirl. I actually stopped by MAC store today. I know I'm trying to talk while I'm doing this. And there's like so many more colors that I want to try. Even though I'm like a super nudie lip person, but I'm like, wow, there are so many different colors that they have. I'm gonna pop on, let's see which lip I'll do. I'll do my Franken lip that that's in my, I think not Deca Panning, a different one. That's a 2000 Project Pan. And then I'll put some gloss on top. I've been trying to work through my Patrick Top Gloss. Can you see the windowing in the light? Yeah, you can. It's like down to here already. It's crazy. I just started working on this like it feels like 2 weeks ago, but I also mixed it to be a little bit darker, as you can tell. The bottom part is like the original color, and then I put in some lipstick to mix it because it was like too light of a color for me. Anyways, so not a super dramatic lip, but just a little color. All right, I think we'll roll with this for the rest of the video. All right, I'm gonna put stuff away. And then I feel like now that I'm looking at myself more, I'm like a little bit more comfortable with what I'm looking at. But at first I was like, who am I looking at? I don't have anything new to show you guys right now. I'll like give a mention for something that's kind of boring that I'm just purchased today, but this potentially is my last makeup date for the year, which is like so bittersweet because I love doing these, but I think I need to take a break for a few weeks. And also just like not bring anything new in for the next few weeks. That's my real goal. But yes, I'm going to mention a few things that I finished, and then a few things that I think will be finished coming up. Just like cover that for the rest of the month, and I'll probably still bring them back at my next makeup date next year, and then mention the one thing that I bought, which I may or may not be able to justify, but I don't know. All right, okay, so I have a few exciting things here. Let me lay it out in front of me. Yeah, I'm just dropping out of the bag. All righty, there we go. I got them all out. All right, the first kind of boring thing is that I finally finished my CosRX Snail Mucin Power Essence. Is it Snail Mucin? Yes, I actually read that all correctly. It's like dripping down the bottle because it was upside down, I think. But it's essentially, I really can't get any more out of this, and it took me the whole year, to be honest. I used it at least once a day for most of the year, and then towards the end of the year, I was using it once a day, or twice a day for sure. So that's how I was able to like get through the rest of this. But it is a really, really good deal. Honestly, it's over 3 ounces of product. And I also use it more like a serum. So it was definitely worth it. And yeah, I think for the value, I'm very tempted to purchase it again. But I think I just like trying new things. So I'm probably going to move on to something else after I finish my current serum. Not sure what it's going to be, because I'm not like looking for anything in particular in serums. I think something that's just hydrating. So we'll see what happens with that. But that one is done. Let's see here. Okay, another skincare, body care type thing, and this is gonna look really weird, but it is a body soap. I was gifted this by a friend, and it is actually like a wool covered soap. I'm showing the nice side over here. I'll show you the other side shortly. But basically, it's this bar of soap that was covered by this wool, and it lasted me all year. And I didn't even finish it. I was like, I think I still had like half the bar left when I realized like, oh, this is smelling just a little weird, even though it's like soap and it like suds all the time. But I think just like it would never like fully dry, right? So it doesn't smell terrible, but it's starting to give me the ick. So I was like, I will take out the soap and use it for something else, which I'll tell you in a minute. But I wanted to show this as this is my accomplishment. I literally use this one bar of soap all year, which is like crazy to me, right? Like I was using it every time I showered, which is not every single day because sometimes I go to the pool and that's where I shower. But I wash my body every day, I promise. But yeah, it was like one of those things where I can't believe this is lasting me so long. So I think there's something with the wool that's you kind of have to like push the suds through, and I think that slows the bar from wearing down. Also, it was interesting because when I opened it up, it wasn't actually like a full bar of soap. I think it was actually like, I don't know what it's called, like soap shards or like, it's like little bits of soap. Here, I'll show you guys. It's really gross looking. I'm so sorry. But I literally had to like cut it open and like scoop the rest of it out. So some of it I'm using, I actually pushed into my brush cleanser jar. So that's actually been really effective at cleaning my sponges and my brushes. So really cool. And I feel like it feels very similar to just like a regular like Dove bar soap or like Ivory soap. It doesn't really feel too different from that. And then I think maybe like 2/3 I think went into the brush cleanser jar, and then about a third of whatever was left went into a shower towel that has like a little pocket essentially for any bar of soap that you want to put in, and it can actually like contain it. So I wasn't worried about like the little soap pieces falling out of that. Despite it being mesh, it's like very small holes. And so that's how I'm using up the rest of it. Of course, it's much quicker because it doesn't have this like wool covering it. But yeah, it was really, really interesting experience. It lasted, I can't believe it lasted all year. I feel like if I knew a better way of like keeping it clean and more sanitary, I could probably extend it to like a year and a half worth of use. But it was like, I was like, this thing is not going to die. It is sticking around for a long time. So if you are interested in getting a soap that last you a long time and is definitely worth your investment, I feel like something like that is really good. But I think just for me, I couldn't really use it beyond, I think, like the 10 months that I used it. It was like, and maybe a smaller size, maybe if it was in a mini size, I'd be more willing to give it another go, because it honestly was really amazing just to watch it not have any progress. And I think the way that wool also works too is like when it gets wet, it also shrinks. So like as I was using it, it was like shrinking around the soap rather than like staying large. So that was really interesting too. So anyways, that was my experience for you. That was like, this is another big win for the year, is that one. Okay, let's move into mascara empties. So after, oh, I haven't actually uploaded this yet, but I wrapped up my last update for, or one of the prompts in my That's a 2000 project pan was to use my Rocket mascara. I think 15 more times, and I am done. I am so done with it. It like doesn't perform the way I need it to, and it's just something I'm done with. The smell hasn't gone off or anything like that, but I've kept it long enough. And I haven't used it every day, but I've kept it long enough, and I've been like regularly using it to a point where I'm like, I need to move this out of my collection. So there was about like a third of the original amount of product in here, and then the rest of it I actually put in this container. I was going to put the rest of it into another mascara tube, and when I looked at it, I realized it had dried out. Like this container was not airtight enough. Not that I'm not mad about it, but unfortunately it's a waste. Like I had 2/3 of a mascara in here waiting for me, but I think that's a lesson learned. Like I need to put it in a very airtight container, maybe even additionally in a plastic bag or something like that if I'm like holding it and like wanting to use it later, right? I could probably try to revive it, but I'm like that done with the formula that I'm just gonna let it go. It's okay. And then this mascara tube, you've often seen the other top that I use for it, the 2-layer top that I kind of Franken packaged with it. And yeah, so this is the original one. This is just the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. And yeah, I used it as brows for a really, really long time, and I think that was cool. It looks like there's still a little bit of product in here. The wand just came out with a touch of product, but I think it's so old that I don't even know how old it is. Is it from the beginning of the year? I don't know. I was definitely only using it for lashes because it wouldn't bother my eyes that way. But yeah, I have other mascaras that I want to use for brows, and I think I'm just gonna declutter this. Not declutter, just dispose. um all right, and then the last thing here is lips. I have 4 lip empties. I think I updated in my most recent Panoply update that I finished this lip gloss and also emptied 2 other ones for in my purse. So that was a huge achievement. So this packaging I'm not going to bring back, as much as it's really cute and it's really small. It's from the Win line from Selena Williams. But I think it's just really hard for me to it's not a great fit for my purse because I'd rather have long tubes, just so I can like easily find the tube in my purse. Also, it leaked a bit. The formula of this, like the actual product in this, wasn't bad. It was quite thin though, so it didn't really feel like it benefited my lips that much, other than just like a thin, slippery layer on my lips. So, but yeah, I'm really glad I got to try this. I always love trying beauty, especially by people who like weren't originally in beauty. So Serena Williams, as you know, is the very famous tennis player, and it's just so cool that she got the chance to develop her own beauty line. I might check out some other things from her, but yeah, it was just kind of a off the cuff purchase. I actually purchased this in September, so it's already done. I think there was about 4 milliliters in this, and I just fly through lip gloss. So, and I took out the stopper. Like I really did my best to use every last drop. And then I actually have 3 other lip gloss empties. This is a Sephora one. This is a Summer Fridays one, and Pat McGrath one. I think this one is 3 milliliters, 2 milliliters, or even less. What? It doesn't say on here. I think it must have said in the packaging. It was like not that much product. And here is very glittery though. This one has actually 7 grams product, and then this one originally had 9 milliliters. No, 7 grams? Yeah, 7 grams, 7 milliliters, and then 9 milliliters of product. So a lot of this, but I'm actually mixed all this into my 2 Rare Beauty tubes, which I thought was really interesting because I definitely had, I feel like over half of this, so that's about 4 milliliters of product, nearly all of this, so 7, so that's 11 already, and then I added a bit of, you know, whatever was left of this too, and I think I was maybe like a third down from this, so maybe 2 milliliters, so 2, 9, that's 4, 13 milliliters, and it fit into 2 of these, and this originally says that it has 3.8 milliliters. The math is not mathing. I definitely know I lost some gloss in the process. Like I just uploaded a short about this. I definitely know I lost some gloss in the process, but it wasn't like that much. So I'm not really sure where it's going. I feel like this tube could fit up to like 5 milliliters of product, but that's still only 10 out of the 13 I'm estimating. So I don't know where this gloss is coming from, where it's going, or, you know, maybe the amounts aren't accurate in here and I'm just estimating all wrong. Very possible. But either way, I shoved it all in there. There's definitely some still like leaking a bit because it's like so overfilled, but I'm slowly working my way through that and hoping to get those glosses down. But honestly, these were this gloss packaging is out, and whatever is in these 2, I have one in my purse, which is why I can't pull it out. Whatever is in the 2 Rare Beauty tubes, plus this Patrick Ta one. Are those my last glosses? It might be. That might be my last ones. So I'm estimating 5, and since I told you guys I'm almost about halfway through done with this, and this has 3 milliliters. Yes, 3 milliliters. So like 10, 11, like 12 milliliters left of product in my lip gloss collection. Very feasible. I'll be done with all my lip glosses by like March, which is nuts. Which is nuts because I literally just got into lip gloss like a little over a year ago, maybe like October last year. And it was like a whole new world opened up to me. It was actually this gloss in particular, the Patrick Ta one, that I realized like, oh wow, like I can get through a lot of lip gloss. I promise I'm not eating it. I'm legitimately using it. It's just like I have the time to think about and to reapply. And I'm also frankening them, so I do lose a little bit of product that way, but I'm doing my best to use as much as I can. But that's a crazy thought to me that I could literally be done. So I think in the future, and this is something I actually want to talk about in another video, is that I plan on really only bringing in a clear gloss, and specifically the MAC clear gloss. I've been eyeing it now. Not the lip gloss, that's super sticky, but they have like in their pro line, they have just a gloss. It's like 25 milliliters of gloss. And they say that it can be used like anywhere in the body. So like lips, over the eyes, on the cheek, you know, a sheen anywhere that you want. But I'm really intrigued by that one because it's 25 milliliters and that's a lot of gloss, right? Like this one supposedly came with 3.8 milliliters. So I would be getting like 8 times as much. Is that mathing right? A little less than 8, like 7-ish. Yeah, like 7 times the product of a regular lip gloss. And so anyways, that's crazy to me to think about. And then I'll like put it into, you know, my different lip gloss tubes. So that's that. In terms of things that I am really looking to use up by the end of the year, I have a few things I'm gunning for, and I just want to show you guys just like for accountability. I'm holding two in my hand right now. Not that one. Kind of this one. Kind of this one. I guess this one. Sorry, I know you guys can't see anything I'm talking about, but oh, this one for sure. And kind of this one. Okay, I have like a good handful here to show you guys. Okay, let's try to go through this in the order of application. Yeah, let's do that. So my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, I am very close. I think I have about a week's worth of product left in here. I actually use this as a moisturizer, as much as I know it's often used as a primer. Like I just use my sunscreen as a primer during the day, so it really doesn't make sense for me to use this as a primer, as like luxurious as it feels and smells and everything. But yeah, so I'm hoping to use this up for about another week as a face moisturizer, and then this will be done this month, and I will show that in my first makeup date for the next year. I underpaint, so often the next thing I put on is a liquid blush. And oh, weird. This, oh no, I'm holding it upside down. I'm like, whoa, it got emptier all of a sudden. So I've been using this Nude 6 blush as underpainting. It's very like light toned, so it really doesn't make that big of a difference. But as you can see, there's some windowing here that's like down to the bottom of the U. So I would like to actually use it up to the bottom of the D by the end of the month, and then I'll be calling this an empty. I'm really not comfortable with keeping this around in my collection for long, so this will be decluttered. Not decluttered because I'm not giving it to anybody, but like, then dispose of it after that. But I will put in my effort on this. This was kind of part of a mystery bag, and it wasn't something I'd ever expected in my collection. I have plenty of other cream blushes to go through, but I thought I would give this one last push and then move on to my other cream blushes next year. After that, I go through that, do that, do that, do that. Okay. I often do my face powder, and this is like, I'm almost done with this DIY this phase of the DIY face powder. So this one's done, almost done. And I'll re-up this by the end of the year. That's my goal. And then eyeshadow wise, I mentioned this in my last pan, those palettes, but I plan on phasing out my House Labs palette. And I really hope that I've actually hit pan on this shimmer shade, which I'm very proud of. And then this one, I think I'll just repress into something else or just scrape it into my next iteration of the loose powder. These two, I think I might just let go, to be honest. I don't let go of shadows very often, but they just look muddy. They don't really do a ton for my eyes, at least nothing like spectacular. So I don't really need eyeshadows like that in my collection. I'd much rather keep things that I actually am interested in using. So I think for once I'm going to let those eyeshadows go. So I'm hoping that by the end of the year I'll have this palette completely emptied out, and that one will be counted out of my collection. And lastly, I have two lip things that I'm hoping to use up. Two of them, both of them actually balms. This one is like a mini Bobbi Brown one. As you can see, I'm almost done. That reflection is not helping. Very, very close to being done. I think by the end of the week, this will be gone. And then this NARS one is like my Franken lip balm here. And there's the very bottom bit is part of the plastic. But I'm hoping to at least use it flush to where the plastic is. And then Franken whatever, you know, dig it out, Franken it. Same thing with this one. I'll definitely Franken whatever is in here. And I'm not sure what mix I'll use. I feel like I'll definitely mix these two in there. And then, unfortunately, I am not super happy with using this product on its own. It's very glittery, very beautiful, but it's like, yeah, it's like almost over glittery. So it would be interesting to actually mix these three together and have a balm that's a little bit glittery, a little bit pink from the pigment in this one, kind of sheer, you know, all that stuff too. And to also mix in potentially a little bit of this MAC lipstick as well. Like I'm just not reaching for this. I'm just not reaching for this as a color that I really enjoy day in, day out. So I'm probably going to start the process of frankening it, as beautiful as the packaging is, but I am all about being an efficient user of my makeup and actually working through things. Because other than this lipstick, I think this is my only other lipstick other than like really just colored balms at this point. So I'm trying to be a little bit more efficient with that. So anyways, I'll talk about that actually in the next video I'm about to film, but I'm just starting to talk through things out loud. But those are kind of things I'm thinking through for the end of the year. I might film some shorts about if I franken anything. Like I'll make sure that's, hopefully I'll film that if I'm not being too impulsive. Sometimes I'm like so overly impulsive that I just like do it even without filming. But yeah, I feel like those are the types of activities I want to engage in the rest of the year, and take a break from filming these like sit down videos for a little bit. And yeah, so that's where I am going to leave this video, because I have, I think, one last video to film for today. But I hope and I wish you all a wonderful holiday season. Hope that you will be able to spend some really, really good time with friends and family, and just even be able to spend some really good time even like by yourself with your makeup. And just enjoy your collection at where it's at. And I think especially with this season of like all the crazy like marketing that's in the air, it's sometimes really hard to just sit down and enjoy. And that's my goal really for the rest of the month, is to take a break from like trying to pan, but really just like sit down and enjoy what I have and just be creative, especially with, you know, if I'm gonna be going to a few Christmas events, and just get to like actually dress up and glam up for once. And so I'm definitely looking forward to those opportunities. But anyhow, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your year. I have a few more videos I think coming up after this one that I like previously filmed. So you know, you feel free to click on those if you see those pop up. But I think for now, man, it's crazy to think about. This is how I'm wrapping up my last makeup date of the year. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end if you did. And I will see you all next year. Bye.